Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Farhath Sayed. I'm a dentist and I'm a root canal specialist practicing in Mumbai. I have been using iBeej as a software since January 2004, and I was recommended about this software and working with Mr. PRAMOD JAISWAL from a fellow colleague. So, firstly, I have so many things to speak about my experience with Pramodji, but let's start with where I really felt the need for it. I had been thinking about working with an in-house software since 2022. And that's primarily because we were using cloud-based softwares where a certain amount of trust could not be put into the software when it came to financials, when it came to putting in data about our patients, being absolutely certain that this is not kind of going anywhere. So I was quite certain that I wanted to use something that was in-house, that was customized, and that had functionality only pertaining to what my requirements were. So we were initially an office that was working with about 3 doctors, and I was growing into a team of working with a panel of about 8 doctors. So I knew that my challenges were only going to increase. So when I'm talking about challenges, it was about record keeping, making sure that everything was in one place and everyone can use something that is easy to use, because it's not very comfortable for doctors to keep changing their softwares and keep adapting to new changes that are coming without even being informed. And also making sure that our analog techniques of making how we maintain our case papers was easily replicated onto the software, and that is where always the disparity would lie. So I was lucky to meet Mr. Jaiswal, and I shared all my problems with him. And what I really enjoyed about our initial conversations was that he used to pick on my problems so quickly. In fact, he would, understand it so deeply and tell me what I'm going to face in the near future. And it really used to turn out, in my experience, it has actually turned out, and that only comes from his experience of working with softwares. So each of my problem when it came to management of the team, making it easy for my I would say not so well-versed staff with technology, making it easy for them to use, adapting to every new change that my practice demanded at that point of time, and also kind of nurturing my requirements, because when I was moving from a 2-chair practice to a 6-chair practice, I was going to come across a lot of challenges which I did not know how to deal with, and I did not even anticipate. So there were always evolving problems to which he had a very, very agreeing ear, I would say, and a very understanding thought process, which helped me and made the process very enjoyable to develop it with him. And what I also really liked is because he had already done a lot of problem solving with the other softwares that he worked with other companies, and it may not necessarily be medical or dental, but that kind of worked well with what my requirement was. So I could already see it. So we were just not always imagining a solution. There was that solution which he had ready as a template, and it was so easy for him to adapt that onto what I needed. So this has been an absolutely incredible journey. Along the journey, I think I started my journey with him, but my team took over at multiple levels, and his cooperation with working with each and every team member has been fantastic. That is really the icing on the cake for us. Because my biggest, I would also like to highlight that before going ahead with him, I have spoken to multiple software developers who would make everything from scratch, where I had also done a lot of homework so that I make it easy for them. But that sort of commitment and that sort of assurity was not there. and everything seemed to have like every small and big step had a price tag attached to it, which was really making things difficult because one has to be a little more adaptive to the whole process, which was not the case with Pramod ji. He was open to ideas, very responsive, I would say, quite affordable in the whole budgeting, and very, very transparent in his approach when it came to budgeting this whole project together. And I think even I would also like to highlight the promptness of his responses. In fact, so much so that whenever we tend to slack on the usage, because the whole idea is to use a software once it's made, he keeps giving us reminders, and that really speaks highly of his commitment to this project, and not just to his own brand, but to this brand's association with my clinic. So I truly, and I generally do not give out a lot of testimonials, but this one is coming straight from the heart because I've had a great experience, and I would highly recommend the usage of this software and his services to all my colleagues.